month must be recognized as the Rastafari month. And that's why we are here in support of Ibrahim Traore to liberate Mother Africa from the white colonizers.
Blindés, canons, missiles, avions et drones de dernière génération, en libérant village après village, en mécanisant l'agriculture, en ouvrant à tour de bras des usines, en équipant les régions sanitaires de cliniques mobiles, en imprimant la dette intérieure.
No more slave masters. Unite! Unite! Africa! Unite! Africa! Unite! Africa! Unite! Africa! Unite!
Greetings to the family. Peace up, peace up, peace up. Wherever you guys might be in the world, I want to say top of the day, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Artist Journal, a platform where we chop it up as it pertains to the African diaspora, when it pertains to art world, to the art world, to vegan foods, and simply our travels around the world to different environments, different countries. Today, I want to talk about the brilliant mind of Ibrahim Traore. But before we delve into it, go ahead and subscribe to the platform, family, and go ahead and please like the video if you're enjoying this content. I want to say please, do that for me. It helps us to kind of get acknowledged in the algorithm a whole nother kind of way. So Ibrahim Traore, the young prince, the young captain, the general, the president of Burkina Faso, making shockwaves around the world. And we see there has been a worldwide protest demanding that the Western powers or those who have influence, because we can see that there's a concerted effort to dim his light, meaning to do away with him. Why? Why do away with Ibrahim Traore? Because he so chooses to stand up and to be an example of what a true leader should be for his country and for his people. A lot of people is coming out in droves supporting this young, brilliant mind. And not because he's some former prophet or Messiah who has come back, and no, simply because he's chosen to do the right thing for and by his people. It's sad to say, but in this day and time, doing the right thing is not popular. So we have a bunch of corrupt leaders, a bunch of corruption. When you look at the state of the world, that is the norm. So simply when you have a brother that stands up and do the right thing, oh, how funny it is. It seems so out of this world, and it seems like it's something extremely special. And it's wild because all he is doing is simply doing the right thing for his people. That is it, family. He's pouring resources back into the country. He has directed funds and allocating resources and farmlands and opportunities that the average folk wouldn't get. He's bringing it back home to Burkina Faso. But yet it's deemed it's baboons all around, family. It's about 10 baboons. How you doing, sister? So your boy is paying attention. So we would see, man, he's an amazing brother. He's brilliant. And I'm not gonna take none of that away from him. He is just that. But he's just a man who has a heart for his people. So we shouldn't glorify or deify him as some form of Messiah or some form of God. He's just a brother, a man who wants to do the right thing for his people. And shame on the world for trying to put him in a position that Sankara was in, for trying to put him in a position that Lumumba was in, to put him in a position that Nkrumah was in, when these forces, these Western forces, array and target and focus their energies against you, is almost a no-win. You're literally out of here. But for some strange reason, like Bob Marley once said, there's a natural mystic blowing through the air. How long should they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? But they say, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. But not today, family. The African world as a whole, the black world as a whole, African Americans, Rastafarians. A lot of people didn't know that Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim. And though he doesn't wear that on his sleeve, the brother is a Muslim and a noble one. So now you have the black world, the African world, and the Islamic world rivaling and joining forces to push back against the so clear agenda, wanting to do some harm or some ill will towards a young man who just want to do the right thing to and for his people. The world is not having it. So I think within Islam it said that to kill a man unjustly, to take a man out unjustly is to kill 2 to 3 of your own generations. It is some things that is some lines in creation in the universe that you just can't cross. And these world powers are so infant-like because as a whole, they don't understand that you cannot kill energy. The physical body, yeah, you can do away with the physical body, but that which inspires a Lumumba, a Sankara, a Martin Luther King, a Malcolm X, a Ibrahim Traore is not something that you could just destroy. It's not something that you could just do away with. 1 second, fam. So they're so infant-like in their thinking. I don't know if I'm blurry or, give me 1 second. That which inspires this young brother is more than what meets the eye. Some may say it's the ancestors pushing him a whole kind of way. Some might say he's back and protected by the Almighty, the God of creation, the God of the heavens and the earth. Some may say the ancient ones. And one thing I know for sure, that whatever is pushing him or inspiring him is known to those that pay attention. Because there are many that came before and possess the same kind of tenacity, same kind of prowess, same kind of spiritual energy. The likes of a Bob Marley, the likes of a Sheikh Anta Diop. Sorry about that earlier, family. Like I was saying, the camera was literally getting hot. So I wanted to just let the camera cool down before I resume the video. But like I was saying, oh yeah, and it's hot. It's about 90 plus today. But like I was saying, Ibrahim Traore is being inspired and pushed from a whole another kind of level. It's more than the eyes can see. And the way that people are rallying behind Ibrahim is we haven't seen nothing like this before. You know, even dealing with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and other strong powerhouses within the Black/African community, they had support, but not global support. If you guys been tuning in to Al Jazeera, CNN, your major news networks, you will see that people are coming out in massive numbers, and they simply stating or expressing hands off Ibrahim Traore. We find no fault in this brother. Literally, hands off. You no longer can take advantage of the people in Burkina Faso. You can no longer rape them or steal their resources. You can no longer do these things. So this represents not only Burkina Faso, but you cannot do the world over. So you cannot do, again, this represents Africa as a whole, not one little small country called Burkina Faso. And that's why they are fearful and need to hurry up and throw water on this fire, because Ibrahim represents potentially 54 countries that make up the whole African continent. And now we understand when it says, when the sleeping giant awakes. Those that took advantage of the sleeping giant when it was asleep, you have a big problem on your hands. America can fit inside of Africa 3.5 times over. So just imagine how that looks from a military standpoint, from a position of power standpoint. So again, I just want to come on and continue to remind us of the necessity of standing behind such a brother as Ibrahim Traore and others that rally for the same cause. And again, what makes the brother so unique is that in a world full of corruption, he chooses to stand up and to simply do the right thing. And we've forgotten that true leadership, it said that in the greatest in the kingdom is the greatest servant. So when you step out and put your life on the line in servitude for your own people, for doing that which is good and that which is right, how do you lose in this life or the next? How do you lose? That's why Malcolm X, the day of his assassination, he looked his killer in the eye and literally smiled, because he understood that this was way bigger than him. That you cannot kill what you did not create. We have to remind ourselves that this physical body, flesh, bones, blood, is comprised of 80% water, 20% minerals, potassium, iron, manganese, calcium, zinc, you know, these things. This is what we're made up of. To think that this physical body is more significant than the essence of what and where we came from. And we often get caught up in the physical, but that which controls the physical, my voice, the way I move, what makes me me, is greater and transcends this physical vessel. And that's what these elites, that's what these so-called men and women of power don't understand. That they, like the scriptures say, in my Father's house there are many mansions, right? Meaning that there are different dimensions, different realms of existence. This one, or this plane that we on called planet Earth, is way more than that, family. But I know I'm preaching to the choir. I just want to come and share a few words of inspiration. It feels and it looks like the future for Africa is bright. So I'm gonna leave you guys there as I'm approaching my compound, Jatno. I'm gonna tune out right here and I'm gonna tune right back in at the appointed time. See you guys next time. Peace out.